Hey friends, it's Mrs. Walker. For our lesson today, we're going to talk about how we can compare numbers. So our learning goal for today says, I can compare two 3-digit numbers using less than, greater than, and equal. So the materials that you'll need for this lesson are your place value chart, your place value discs, a dry erase board, and your lesson template that looks like this. If you don't have your lesson template, that is absolutely okay. You can just use your dry erase board. All right, so in today's lesson, we will use place value discs to show numbers on our place value chart. We will then compare numbers using our models. All right, so I'm going to start with the number 74, and here is my place value chart. I'm going to model what 74 looks like using my place value discs. Well, I know that there's a 7 in the tens place, so that means that I need 7 tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then I move to my ones. So 71, 72, 73, 74. So now I've modeled 74. All right, our next number is 174. So I'm going to model that on my place value chart. Well, I have 100, then I have 7 tens, and 4 ones. Okay, boy, these numbers look really similar, don't they? They sure do. So friends, what do you think? Which number is greater? So remember, greater means a larger number. So which number is greater, 74 or 174? 174 is greater than 74. You're right. Okay, we know that because when we're comparing numbers, we are looking in the largest place value first, and that's the hundreds place. So because when I look here in my hundreds place, this number has 0 hundreds, and this one has 100, I can already tell without looking at the tens or ones that 174 is going to be the greater number. So we can use symbols to describe that. So we can use our less than, greater than, or equal to symbols to put in between those two numbers. So 174 is greater than 74. Think about the opening is larger, so that means it goes to the larger number. So like right here we have this space, but over here there's no space. So that's why the opening is larger or greater over here. So we would read this as 174 is greater than 74. All right, let's take a look at another one. So here we have 105. Let's model that on our place value chart. So I have 100s, there's no tens in the tens place, and there are 5 ones. So here's 105. Now let's make 135. So here we have 100, there's 3 in the tens place, so I need 3 tens, and 5 in the ones place. So 5 ones. All right, there we go. Now I've modeled 105 on the top and 135 on the bottom. Which number is less this time? What do you think about which number is less? Let's look at the models. What do you think? All right, friends, so which number is less? 105 is less than 135. We can tell that again by looking at our place value chart. So when we're comparing, we're always looking at the largest place value first, which for these numbers is in the hundreds place. They both have 100, so that means I need to go to the tens place next to it. And I have 0 tens in 105 and 3 tens in 135. So that tells me right away that 105 is less than 135. So we can compare these numbers again using our symbols. So we would read this as 105 is less than 135. All right, let's take a look at another example. So we have 257, 250. There's my two place value charts. And then I want you to find out which number is greater. So, and then you're going to fill in on your dry erase board with the symbols here. Okay, so you guys are going to pause the video. You're going to Build these two numbers, 257 and 250, on your place value chart and compare them on which number is greater, and then write the symbol in between those numbers. So pause the video, do that, and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, make sure to pause if you need more time. All right, so I'm going to model our numbers. So here I have 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 7 ones. Then I'm going to come down and model 250. So 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 0 ones. So as I'm looking at these numbers, I'm starting in the hundreds place. I'm comparing. Oh, they both have 200s, so there's no difference yet. So now I'm going to go to the tens place. If I look at the tens in 257, there's 5 tens. Oh, and there's 5 tens in 250. So that means I have to go all the way to the ones place to compare this number. So I'm looking at the 257 up here. There's 7 ones. And then down here, there's no ones. Oh, so that tells me, friends, that 257 is greater than 250. And then this is the correct symbol that you would use to compare these numbers. All right, so hopefully you guys got that too. All right, so we're going to use drawings to help us compare numbers. So here's my place value chart. And what I mean by drawings is you're just doing a quick draw of what 100 looks like. So it's not perfect. You are just drawing the place value discs on what they would look like. Don't color them in, just do the number and circle. And friends, the best tip I can give you to do this is sometimes we want to draw that circle first and then we have a hard time fitting those numbers in. So the best tip is to write the number that you're trying to do first. So if you're trying to make 100, write the number 100 and then circle it. So write the number and then circle. It's easier to make sure that we have space to fit that in. Okay, so here's what a 10 would look like, and here is what a 1 would look like. Now again, look, they're not perfect. They're not perfect circles. Don't worry about making them perfect circles. These are just quick draws to be able to help us compare those numbers. All right, so here I want you guys to model the number 472, the number 274, and the number 724. Now, this is on your place value template, so if you have that, or your lesson template, you can use that. If not, just use your dry erase board and you can draw it on there. So I want you to pause the video, do quick draws for each one of those numbers, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. You don't have to do anything else but draw, okay? So do that, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, make sure to pause if you need more time. All right, so I'm going to bring in 472. So I have 4 hundreds, 7 tens, and 2 ones. And then when I go to 274, I have 2 hundreds, 7 tens, and 4 ones. Oh gosh, those are similar numbers, right? They all have the same digits. And then for 724, I have 7 hundreds, 2 tens, and 4 ones. I'm going to move this over here just so I have a little bit more space. So look carefully at all 3 numbers. Which is greatest? I want you to pause the video and I want you to think about which number is greatest and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, make sure to pause if you need more time. All right, so which number is greatest? Yes, 724. All right, so I want you to pause the video and I want you to think about, how do you know that 724 is the greatest number with all of those? So pause the video, think about that, and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, so how do you know? How do you know that 724 is the greatest number? Right, so hundreds are the biggest unit. So if a number has 7 hundreds and the other only has 4 or 2, you know that the one with the 7 has to be the greatest. But remember that you're starting with the greatest unit first, which is hundreds. Okay, so that's how you can compare. We don't want to start comparing with the ones. You have to start comparing with the largest or biggest unit. Okay, so awesome job with that one. All right, so which number is the smallest? I want you to pause the video, think about that, and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, so which one is the smallest? Yeah, 274, right? We can tell that because we're looking to be able to compare each unit. All right, friends, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to order the numbers from least to greatest. So that means on this first line right here, we are going to have the smallest number. Then we're going to have the next biggest number. And then the last one is going to be the greatest number. So you have your three numbers, 472, 274, and 724. So I want you guys to pause the video and I want you to try and write those numbers in which ones are from least to greatest. And then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, so let's see, what did we come up with? Well, we knew from the last part that the smallest number was 274. So that means it's going to be the least number right there. Then we know that the next smallest number is 472, and the greatest number is 724. Okay, so hopefully you guys got those ones correct as well. All right, so awesome job comparing numbers. You guys did a fantastic job with our lesson today. So please head back on over to the module to see what you need to complete for your independent practice. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends.